Well, this is a hell of a thing, huh? Ford just unleashed a monster upon the world. It's basically a race car disguised with some road car interior trim, and it's amazing. Ford wants a Mustang that can rip off a sub 7-minute time at the Nürburgring, and this is the machine to do it, the all-new Ford Mustang GTD. It's quite clear that Ford is pushing the S650 Mustang to crazy new heights. We have a slew of high-performance options for both on and off the track, with the Dark Horse R, and then the GT3 and GT4 models as well. But Ford has cooked up something even crazier with this GTD. It's designed to decimate racetracks while also being a street-legal vehicle. The GTD has been developed alongside the GT3 race car, which that alone is a crazy thought. Ford wants something along the lines of its own version of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and it sounds like that's exactly what's been achieved. The body, it's almost all carbon fiber. I'm talking about the fenders, hood, rear trunk lid cover, door sills, front splitter, rear diffuser, and roof. And if you want to go crazier, you can spec the front and rear fascias to be carbon fiber pieces as well. From there, you have a body complemented by active Aero elements. In fact, there are a bunch of bits on this car that would be illegal on a racetrack in an actual race sanctioned by the FIA or IMSA or something along those lines, which will be a fun talking point for owners. The idea is that the road car will actually be faster than the race car. The front flaps are hydraulically controlled to manage airflow over the car so that it's coordinated with the active rear wing. There's also an extra add-on Aero package available that handles the underbody of the car and does so in, of course, carbon fiber. As for the suspension, it's a semi-active setup that varies spring rates and ride height as needed. You can drop the car 40 millimeters when in track mode, and the actual track width of the car is almost 4 inches wider than a Mustang GT. Where does all this suspension goodness come from? This car has been developed by Multimatic. Yes, the same one that makes the amazing spool valve dampers, but also the same company that built the Ford GT. The power, though, is all Ford. Here you have the mighty 5.2-liter V8 paired with a supercharger as well as a dry sump oil system. You can rev to over 7,500 RPM, and Ford is hoping to see at least 800 horsepower out of this thing. Controlling the engine isn't your standard auto box setup. Ford actually employs a transaxle here. It's an 8-speed box paired with a carbon fiber drive shaft, and it allows for a true 50-50 weight distribution in the Mustang GTD. Putting that power to the ground should be an effortless affair. Ford has fit the Mustang GTD with massive tires. You have 20-inch forged aluminum wheels wearing a set of 325 tires up front. It has 3 25s up front, which is the same size as the rears on a Ford GT. Out back, Ford has fit 3 45s. That's just insane. The only thing I've driven that was larger than that was a Viper ACR that had 355s, which worked for that thing since it's one of the best, dumbest vehicles I've ever driven. Now, if you think the aluminum wheels will be too heavy, Ford is offering an optional set of forged magnesium wheels. I'm telling you, this car is wild. On the inside, it gets crazier. I'm not talking about the use of suede, leather, and carbon fiber. That's normal race car for the road type of stuff. What I'm talking about is the use of titanium parts taken from retired F-22 parts. What? There's no back seat. The wing goes in through the trunk. You have illegal racing technology and then add on real deal pieces plucked from retired military jets. I mean, yeah. Now, here's the very expected rub. A vehicle like this won't and should not come cheaply. Still, I wasn't expecting to see a starting price of $300,000. It's going to be extremely limited in production. It's hand-built, and it's the wildest Mustang ever offered by Ford. But am I crazy thinking we're about $50,000 to $100,000 high here? Especially since a GT3 RS starts right around $240,000, assuming you can get an allocation, not counting a markup, and before any options, of course. However, I'm more than happy to eat my own words if the Mustang GTD beats the GT3 RS's time around the Nürburgring.